you get through the kitchen table presentation, right? You get here, you do after this, you're either picking up an F&A or picking up an F&A and an application to do life insurance, okay? So that's done. That is over, through, and done with. The next thing is now we want to take 5 minutes and talk to you about our business opportunity, okay? And at the beginning of the presentation, right, you've asked them questions about them. What do they do for work? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? You've got to know them a little bit, all right? And you go through the cash flow quadrant, which everybody knows how to explain the cash flow quadrant. However, I think probably the questions that I'm asking on here are probably a little bit more pointed than the ones you're asking. You may be explaining the cash flow quadrant. I'm leading them through the cash flow quadrant. Does that make sense? Yep. Right? Like asking them, how predictable, stable, and recurring is your income on the job? How's that worked out for you? Right? Does that make sense? Okay? So asking them questions, leading them through this, and then asking, what interests you most? See, I don't ask them plan A or plan B. What interests you most, having a job or owning your own business? You can answer. Owning my own business. This ain't going to work. You got to answer. What interests you more, having a job or owning your own business?
Owning your own business.
Okay, now, here's the 5 reasons people get involved in our company. And you explain that, and you can ask them just what Emmanuel said. Which one of these 5 reasons interests you most? And in this economy, can you see how most people would be interested in at least one of these 5 areas?
Absolutely.
100%. Then the next slide is that 95% of people fail with their finances. Right? And I say to people, look, a big part of your financial game plan is how much money you're making every month. Craig, and if you're not making enough, if you're not making enough money and your income never increases, how are you and Jamie going to save $5 million bucks and become wealthy like you said you wanted?
Never happened.
Never happened. So what's your opportunity right now at your job to dramatically increase your income? Do you have one?
No.
All right. So if we could show you a way to start your own business, would that interest you?
Definitely.
100%. Craig, there's 4 reasons why people can't start their own business. What would you say the biggest one is?
Money.
Money. 100% is money, okay? The second reason is they don't have a good product or service. Third, they don't have any support for their business, no support system. And then fourth is they don't have the time. Right? You got 2 kids, your busy life, so time gets in your way.
Mm-hmm.
So, Craig, if we could eliminate all these 4 things, how fast would you get started?
Oh, show me.
Right away. So here's the thing. Number 1, we have a great product. You took advantage of it tonight, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Who could you market this product to?
Everybody.
Is it ever going away?
No.
And guess what? Banks, insurance companies, like we talked about, are they ever going to stop screwing people?
No.
Okay. So guess what? The product is terrific, and it stood the test of time. Support. Craig, there's going to be 3 people to help you. Because, if I just said to you, okay, here's the presentation book, go try this on your own, would you be pretty intimidated?
Yeah.
Definitely, right? You don't know anything. So there's 3 levels of support. Number 1 is me. Now, who supervises you at your job?
My boss.
Right. So here's the thing, Craig. At Primerica, you don't have a boss. You have a coach, mentor, trainer, somebody to work together with, not for. Okay. Number 2, we've got a local office. Now, Craig, if we're going to take an IT guy like you and train you how to do Primerica, we're going to provide you with a classroom. That's what our local office does. And number 3, we've got a home office. And Primerica's home office is in Atlanta. We got 2,200 employees there. And they're going to take care of administration, accounting, payroll, technology.
Well.
So would you say that's a pretty good deal?
Yeah.
So you're in business, Craig, for yourself, but you're not going to be working by yourself. So do we have a good support system, do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Time. Now, like we said, Craig, you got soccer games, you got kids, all this kind of stuff, work, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you could start the business part-time, and you didn't have to quit your job, and guess what, Craig? You can choose the hours you want to work in your business. Would you say there'd be any risk to your time?
No.
All right. And then the last thing is money.
Yeah, how much is all that going to cost me?
Right, okay? So, Craig, we've got the support system. So you don't have to come up with an office or any infrastructure. We sell a service, not a product, so there's no inventory or overhead. Therefore, there's no franchise fees, and we don't charge you any money for the business. So how fast could you get started?
Pretty quickly.
Right? So the next step is, how do you get started? All right? Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about getting started. First step is, Craig, you got to get a license. All right? The best part about our business is that it's regulated. Okay? Meaning not anybody can do it. You have to get certified. We're going to get you 2 licenses. One license is for life insurance. The other license is for investments. Now, those 2 licenses in the state of Connecticut cost about $1,200. And guess what, Craig? Primerica Home Office is going to pay for your licensing fees.
Well,
The only thing you got to do is you got to attend a 20-hour certification course, and it costs you $99. Now, have you ever taken any college courses, Craig?
no,
Never?
never.
Well, are they inexpensive or very expensive?
They're very expensive.
Right. So if you could just bypass school and get your degree for $100,
Yeah, why not?
why not, right? So $100. The second step of getting started, okay, you get your license, is training. Now, as we said, Craig, you're in business for yourself, but not?
By yourself.
Okay, so you're going to have these 3 people to help you get trained. If you complete training and you get your license, Primerica is going to give you a $500 bonus just to try, just to see if it's for you, okay? So how much money did you really risk?
Nothing.
In fact, you made money to try.
Yep.
And then third, okay, is your website. Now, Craig, you're in IT. How important is it to have a website these days?
Very,
Right? If you're in your own business, I mean, is it even possible to operate without one?
very hard.
Very hard, okay? So Primerica creates all the infrastructure for you. Number 1, you're going to get a personal website. One for you to use. Craig, obviously you got a computer at home. Primerica will let you manage all your client files, all your software, and all your emails right from your own house, and they're going to create the software for you. Number 2, you're going to get a public website so that you and Jamie can advertise your business. You're going to be able to Google you, find your contact information, get in touch with you. And then third, Primerica is going to give you a website for every client. So you just took advantage of our products tonight. You're going to be getting an email from Primerica to set up your own personalized client website.
Cool.
My wife and I have 800 clients in our business. Every single one of those clients has their own personal website to manage their accounts. Now, how much do you think it would cost me if I created that all on my own?
Oh, quite a bit.
Okay? My only overhead is $25 a month to manage that. Would you say that's a big expense?
Hell no.
No, not at all, okay? Now, Craig, after you get started, okay, you're basically going to have one of 2 career options, all right? And this is kind of like, you're just learning through all of this, okay? You have 1 of 2 career paths. One is to do Primerica as a second career. Have you ever been laid off or been without a job for a period of time before, Craig?
Yeah,
Right? What did you have to fall back on?
nothing.
Right. So if you could just get these licenses, work with us part-time to make some extra money, so that if you ever got laid off or downsized, or let's say Christmas is coming up, Craig, would an extra $1,500 to $2,000 help you right now at Christmas time, buying gifts?
Definitely.
So what if you could have a part-time career? You could go out with no boss, no manager, and no quota, and you can go out anytime you want, make extra money.
Great.
Now, how hard was what I did for you tonight?
It doesn't seem very hard at all.
And you and Jamie needed it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Big time. I got paid over $400 to help you out with that.
Wow.
So imagine if you could do that every single time, just on a part-time basis. Or you could choose to do Primerica as your first career. See, we've made Primerica a priority in our life. We've chose to make Primerica our career. And what Primerica will do is they'll teach you to build a distribution system. Where now, Craig, just like McDonald's, just like Burger King, just like all these big companies, you can create a team of people to go out and distribute the product and service to others. And every time they help a family, you get paid, we get paid. Think about that.
Awesome.
Right? So now what you could do by doing this is provide yourself with a predictable, stable, and recurring income for your family. And what kind of opportunity do you have at your job to provide a predictable, stable, and guaranteed recurring income?
Zero.
Zero. So if we could teach you how to build a business, a distribution system, so that you could now work yourself out of your job and provide your family with a stable income, would that interest you?
Definitely.
Big time, all right? So let me ask you, Craig, any questions for me on anything that we've gone over so far? All right, now don't ask me any questions, okay? All right? Most people, camera, don't typically ask questions here. If they do, it's a very stupid question, like, where do you get your clients from? And if it's at the kitchen table, I'm sitting with Craig's friend Matt. How did Matt find you? That settles that now, doesn't it? Okay? So if it's any questions, they'll be very simple questions. Now, my next thing I'm going to say to Craig is, Craig, what personal skills do you have that would make you think you could be successful in your own business?
I can learn easily.
So you're a quick learner?
Yeah.
Great. All right? If you're a quick learner, absolutely, you could get these licenses, learn very quick. Typically, a T will say they're a quick learner. All T's are quick learners. They figure out everything. No, they'll never be slow on figuring anything out, right? Okay, so you're a quick learner. Let me ask you, Craig, would there be anything that would prevent you from getting started with me tonight?
No.
All right, let's get your IBA done. Then right? Done. Okay? And that's it. Next. That's a wrap. Okay? So now we get his IBA done. Boom, let's get going. Okay? And you could do that right after you do the KT.
Yep.
Right after. Done. I took 11 minutes and I talked for 2 minutes before. So, you're talking 8-9 minutes, do the IBA, out the door. All right? And you got an IBA and a transaction instead of a transaction and an invite that may never show up. Now, if he's not going to, let's say he's not, what will prevent you from getting started? Well, I just want to see a little bit more. Well, Craig, are you available Tuesday night? Are you working?
Nope.
Nope? Great. We got an open house on Tuesday night. Matt's going to pick you up at 6:45, bring you down. I want you to meet our senior vice president.
Super.
All right?
That's it.
Simple and done. Yeah, Felix.
The other thing, too,